Good morning. And welcome to the University of New Mexico's Department of Speech and Hearing 2022 Convocation. My name is Phyllis Palmer, and I have the honor of serving as department chair of this incredibly spectacular department. It is such an exciting moment to be in a room with people who are 3D, not in a box. Yeah, indeed, Friday the 13th is supposed to be scary. So, let's take a little risk here. Okay. Diane Butler Bass said that gratitude is the capacity to stare doubt, loss, chaos, and despair right in the eye and say, I am still here. Well, we are still here. Despite the last 2 years that have challenged us in many ways, today we embrace our tenacious gratitude and celebrate that we are still here and we are in person. On behalf of the class of 2022, our faculty and staff, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the parents, spouses, partners, families, and friends who have joined us today to celebrate this most auspicious occasion. The global pandemic impacted our lives in so many ways, and we are grateful to get back to some sense of normalcy. So today we gather in the same room and celebrate this important milestone. Class of 22, you have long anticipated this day. Am I right? You've made it. Despite the challenges of the last 2 years, you completed your degrees. You should be very proud of this accomplishment. Certainly your families and friends, neighbors, classmates, all gathered here today celebrate with you and have tremendous pride in you. One other group that takes great pleasure in today's events is our department's outstanding faculty and staff. I work closely with these dedicated teachers, scholars, mentors, and staff, and I know firsthand the great satisfaction and pride they feel in the accomplishments of today's graduates. I wish to introduce our outstanding faculty and staff who guided and mentored our students along the way. I ask that each faculty and staff please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Associate Chair, Dr. Rick Arenas. And I join in that, by the way. Professor Kathy Binger could not be with us today. Clinic Coordinator Fran Culvert, I think, is out in the She's out in the lobby. She was doing the setup up there, so we have to remember to thank her. Administrative Assistant Alexander Cole is walking around somewhere. Oh, there he is. The man behind the Zoom. Clinical Instructor, Dr. Sarah Duncan. Clinical Instructor, Maura Ellis. Clinical Instructor, Renee Garcia. Assistant Professor Cindy Gavardo could not be with us today. And Clinical Instructor Mary Hartley, unfortunately, could not be with us today. Assistant Professor Carlos Irizarry Perez. Clinical Instructor Andrea Martinez Fisher. Associate Professor Amy Neal. Clinic Director Lori Nelson. Wow, there's your fan club, Lori. Associate Professor Jessica Richardson, who is probably on Zoom somewhere. Clinical Instructor Laurel Satchett. And our behind the scenes department administrator, Carolyn Souther. Thank you all. While we love to take credit for the splendor and success of this class, truth is, we are relative latecomers to their lives. Behind each of them is a family that has sacrificed for them and nurtured them. You have encouraged them, listened to them, guided them, and worried about them. And today, you join us in celebrating them. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our convocation speaker. Lori Nelson serves as our clinic director, And let me take a moment to acknowledge Lori. She took on the role of clinic director in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, Lori, who does that? And during a time when we were revisualizing our clinic to be a better service to our community. These things included adding an electronic medical record system, adding a digital observation system, adding insurance billing, so many things we were undergoing. Lori rose to every challenge with her perfect combination of kindness and tenacity. So thank you, Lori. Lori was selected by our graduate students to share her thoughts with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Lori Nelson.
Thank you very much. Whew. First of all, I want to say thank you so very much for allowing me one more opportunity to speak with you all. I have been ridiculously nervous about this speech ever since I found out about it. I thought and I fretted about what on earth I was going to say. So I decided I would do some research. So I looked up keynote speeches and famous SLP speakers. And guess what? Do you know, if you put in a Google search of keynote speech pathology speakers, do you want to know whose name pops up? Maya Angelou. The author, the public speaker, the poet. I can't hold a candle to that. Into incredible nervous energy. So I took a long walk and listened to a podcast to calm myself down. And the lady who played Glinda in Wicked on Broadway was talking. And she said sometimes nervous energy can feel like excited energy. And you might not be able to tell the difference. So just reframe your thoughts. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's been my mantra since then. So anyways, after lots and lots of self-talk, I had this like oddly comforting revelation. I looked back and I realized I have no idea who talked at my graduation. I also have no idea what they said. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to make me feel better about the speech or not, but it did kind of oddly help me realize you guys are probably far more likely excited that I'm moving the ceremony along than waited on bated breath to hear what I have to say about all of this. With that, I want to casually leave you with some thoughts as we reflect on your time here at UNM and as you embark on your next step in your journey. I want to share today some foundational pieces that I wholeheartedly believe you have learned here at your time at UNM and that you'll be able to apply as in your career as a speech language pathologist or audiologist. One of the first foundational pieces I want to talk about is support. It is so easy to fall into the trap of being alone, as if you're on an island. There's going to be a time where you are the only SLP or audiologist at your school or at your clinic or at your practice. And it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you have to make all of the decisions and do all of the right things. But you guys, what have we learned in the past few years? Not only in grad school, like working in groups and all of that, but also being in a pandemic. We had to be alone. We were quarantined. We were isolated. And what we found is we need people, right? Okay, so I'm an out loud thinker and that's kind of how I process things. So I was telling my sister how nervous I was for this speech. And she shared with me that her work has like an annual theme, like a word of the year or like a phrase of the year kind of thing. And so their phrase was forward together. Wow, that resonated with me, right? If there's anything you've learned here at UNM, it's that together we can help each other through some incredibly challenging times. After being here, you know you have colleagues that will love you, they're there for you, they will support you, and you know that they have really incredible minds, right? So one thing that we know is that you also have support from your family and friends, and you can move forward together. You are not alone. You're not an island, and you are going to do really wonderful things. The next foundational piece I want to discuss is humility. There are not many things that can make a person more humble than to be constantly judged and graded. I mean, I think we call it growing, but it's really kind of difficult. For the past many years, you have been judged, graded, supervised, observed. It's rather humbling. But what it has done, in spite of it being frustrating, is that it allows us to realize there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth, and we can constantly desire to do better, not only for ourselves and our own personal growth, but also for the people that we serve. There's a design researcher, Kate Smiley, and she said on her blog, humility means that you have respect for the people and circumstances that have shaped your path and your privilege. You know what you can do, who has enabled you, but you also know what you cannot do. And none of this diminishes your accomplishments. It requires a capacity for deep listening and empathy. You're not just willing to listen to others, but you're deeply appreciative of their contributions and their perspectives. Whoa. This is such a good perspective. I think this is how we should approach our careers in speech pathology and audiology. Our deep respect, not only for our history of learning, but also for our patients and our clients, allows us to appreciate their contribution to our relationship with them. And it decidedly makes us more humble. The third foundation I feel you've learned over the past few years is the love of helping. I have to say, one of hands down, the best part of my job is that I get to spend so many different ways of being with so many different people. I love humans. I say that all the time, and I genuinely do. And when I meet with you all, what I get is you love them too. Isn't that amazing? That's why we chose this. Sometimes we work together with a patient and a client. Sometimes we've had a class together. Sometimes we sat in my office and we might talk about a class or a client or hours or whatever. But the fact is, I get to see in that little window of your world, and I know why you're here. It's because you want to help others. And that's really why we choose to help people. I mean, honestly, we're helping people with the things that we all take for granted, right? We're helping people with hearing and talking and thinking and swallowing. And it's so personal and so intimate. And we get to help them with these facets that it is just such an incredible privilege. And it is a motivating foundational piece to drive us to continue to do what we do. Finally, the last foundational principle that I want to talk to you about is gratitude. I have found in my career, although working with people is the profession that I chose, there will be times when it's difficult to work with people. I mean, sometimes it's just because the people are hard, and sometimes it's because the job is hard, and sometimes it's a combination of the two. But in those moments, I'm sure that you have found in your time here at UNM that you have two options. You can either choose to be frustrated, or you can choose a different angle. And we all know that we can look for the best in people, and we can know that they're trying their hardest just like you are. That's when we focus our attention on gratitude. Gratitude is being thankful. There is literally something that we can take from every single interaction. We learn from our patients, our clients, our coworkers, our family, our friends. When we take the time to listen and be present, we get to enjoy the blessing of what the other person has to offer. You guys, I am beyond grateful for each patient, each client I've ever had the opportunity to work with. And when it comes to you all, I am so blessed and so grateful that I have had the opportunity for my life to cross your path. You have made such an impact on me, and I'm forever grateful. In closing, congratulations. This was no small feat. Enjoy your next step and know from the bottom of my heart, it is an honor and a privilege to have you all as colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you for those pillars of accomplishment. I appreciate it. And now for the moment you have all been waiting for, the presentation of the certificates of completion. Will the undergraduates please rise and come forth? The Bachelor of Arts certificates will be presented by Doctors Amy Neal and Sarah Duncan, if they would join us. All right. Okay. Alexis Areola. Alexis wants to thank her friends and family for the support. She wouldn't be where she is without the love from them. Alexis also wants to thank God for the blessings He's brought to her. Although this moment is bittersweet, she's excited for the new beginnings. Barbara Basista. Barbara is graduating magna cum laude. She would like to sincerely thank all her friends, family, professors, and NISLA officers for supporting her through the undergraduate journey. Barbara will be attending UNM in the fall to pursue her master's in speech language pathology and will be part of Project Scenes. Caitlin Dennison. Caitlin says thank you to her loving parents, Kim and Justin, and awesome step parents, Tug and Jen, for always being there for her. She is forever grateful to her Granny Vicky and Papa Mackie for everything they do. She is also thankful to her boyfriend Ian and his mom Lisa for their constant support. Rebecca Guest. Rebecca extends a heartfelt thank you to everyone who supported her throughout this journey. She will treasure the special moments made with professors and peers, both in and outside the classroom. As this journey comes to a close, Rebecca is excited to begin her career as a speech language pathology assistant. Ninel Hernandez. Ninel is graduating summa cum laude. She extends a heartfelt congratulations to her fellow peers and hopes this next chapter brings happiness and endless opportunities. She would like to specifically thank her mother, who has guided her to follow her on her own path and has shown her to lead with courage. This is just the beginning. Athena Limon Orozco. Athena is graduating cum laude. She extends a heartfelt thank you to her mom for all the sacrifices and endless support, and to her family and friends rooting from the sidelines, making this journey so special. Although it's bittersweet to close this chapter of her life, Athena is anxious to begin the master's program this fall as a step closer to becoming a speech language pathologist. Vanessa Lucero. Vanessa is graduating summa cum laude. She wants to thank her support system extending from the faculty and staff of the SHS department to her family, friends, and classmates. She's beyond grateful for the time shared together, and she cannot wait to see everyone positively represent UNM in their respective fields. Priscilla Rose Magallanes, sorry. I meant to practice, Priscilla. Priscilla is graduating summa cum laude. She extends a heartfelt thank you to her peers, mentors, and professors who supported her along this journey. She is grateful to her family that taught her to always reach for the stars. She is excited to continue her path to graduate school and become one step closer to her dreams. Cassidy McNamara. Cassidy is graduating summa cum laude. She would like to say thank you to her mom and dad for all the support and assistance they have provided throughout the last 4 years. She will always love the memories and friendships she has created and is very excited to begin the next chapter of her life. Samantha Morawski. Samantha's loved ones want her to know that she's loved and she's worked so hard and come so far. They are very proud of her and they've loved her very much. Janelle Pudeag. Janelle is graduating cum laude. She would like to thank her friends and family for all the support they have given her throughout the years. She would not be able to get this far without their love and support. She would also like to extend her gratitude to her beloved professors and her besties from her cohort who have always been there to help her along the way. Vanessa San Miguel. Vanessa is graduating magna cum laude. She's extremely grateful for her professors, family, and friends who supported her throughout these past 4 years. She is very excited to continue her education and start her career as a speech language pathologist. Alexandria Alex Sanchez. Alex is graduating summa cum laude. She is extremely grateful to everyone who has supported her during her journey. She will especially remember Mary Hartley, Dr. Dorn Nordquist, Dr. Kathy Chi, and all the opportunities UNM has provided. She looks forward to soaring off to the next chapter of her life in Madison, Wisconsin. Lauren Sauter. Lauren would like to thank her family, her partner, and her faithful study companion, Blueberry the dog. She would also like to thank her fellow classmates and incredible faculty members for their support and mentorship. She would like to congratulate all of her fellow graduates for their hard work and accomplishments. Helene Sharar Menele. Helene would like to thank a lot of people for helping them reach this point. Helene would like to thank their professors, the NISLA executives, Nicole, Yami, Ninel, their boyfriend, Zachary, and last but certainly not least, their family. Sophia Vargas. Sophia would like to thank her family and boyfriend for always showing her support, as well as the wonderful friends she made along the way. While it is bittersweet to close this chapter of life, Sophia is happy to begin a new chapter with her career as a speech language pathologist. Mariah Yale. Mariah is graduating summa cum laude. She would like to thank God, her family, and her professors in the SHS department. Thank you for all your support and dedication in getting me to this day. She is excited for the chance to expand on her skills and knowledge that she's gained here and as she continues forward. Let's have a round for all of our undergraduate students. Will the master's students please rise? The master's students have asked Dr. Rick Arenas and Maura Ellis to present them with their certificates. So please join us. Thank you. Come on down. Sydney Andrews Sanchez. Sydney would like to thank her husband for putting up with the long nights of homework and studying, her parents, known as Gramsy and Gramdad, for the endless hours of babysitting, and Zippy for being the absolute best surprise she could ever have asked for during graduate school. Abigail Bamberg. Though the close of this chapter is bittersweet, Abby is excited to become a speech language pathologist. She thanks God for his constant provision, as well as her family and friends for their support throughout this journey. She thanks her professors, supervisors, and fellow students for making this journey special. Laura Benitez. Laura feels that these have been two of the best years of her life. They haven't been easy, but they've been filled with joy, laughter, and learning. She wants to thank her family for always encouraging her to prioritize her education, and thanks her family for encouraging her to prioritize fun. Claire Blackwell. Claire would like to thank her family, friends, peers, and puppies for helping her get through this challenging yet rewarding time. Without them all, she would not have made it through the coffee phase of the pandemic, much less grad school. Nicole Castellano. Nicole wants to thank her family for providing her support throughout her grad school journey. She also extends a thank you to all her friends, especially her best friend, Jessica, for being by her side and making the journey special. She's excited to begin her journey as an SLP. Victoria Davis. Victoria is thankful for all the love and support she found during the past 2 years at UNM. She wants to thank her friends and family who are far away for their continued encouragement. She's excited to keep growing and learning. Jessica DeSantis. Jessica extends her gratitude to the support of her family who guided her throughout this journey. Her best friend, Nicole, who was the best study buddy. She will remember her supervisors and mentors, Carlos, Andrea, Mary, Shannon, and Monica. Jessica is excited to begin her career. Pequeños momentos, grandes recuerdos. Recuerdos, gracias. How's that? Sarah Ellis. Sarah extends her deepest gratitude to everyone who supported her on this journey, to her family whose love and encouragement means the world to her, to her friends who celebrated her victories, both big and small. Oh, and to Yvonne for inspiring and supporting her every step of the way. Jennifer Flake. Jennifer began pursuing her master's degree 6 years ago, and she was in my first class. She took her first class from me. She is grateful for the incredible people who have influenced her along her journey to this day of celebration. She extends a heartfelt thank you to the faculty and staff in the Department of Speech and Hearing, with special thank you to Dr. Cindy Gavarda for her guidance, enlightenment, and enduring support throughout grad school. Sophia Garcia. Sophia would like to express her gratitude to many people who supported her throughout her graduate program. To the faculty and staff who inspired her, classmates who became good friends, and most importantly, to her amazing family for whom without their support, she would not be where she is today. Ricky Hiron. Ricky would like to thank her dad for the weekly calls of encouragement. She would like to thank her mom for keeping her fed, and she would like to thank her family, partner, and friends for their constant love and support throughout this journey. She could not have done it without you. Jacob Graves. Jacob expresses that he is grateful to all the supervisors and professors for their kindness and support, especially Dr. Palmer, whom he considers a true mentor and friend. Sorry. Oh, shoot. He feels lucky. He feels lucky to have peers in the program that he considers lifelong friends, and he is excited to see where their journeys will take them. Excuse me. Okay. Deep breath. Okay. Right, Leslie, we're ready. Leslie Ibuado. Leslie. Okay, these guys are killing me. Leslie expresses her gratitude and appreciation to her family, mentors, professors, and friends for their support in her pursuit of a career as a speech language pathologist. It was the words of encouragement and love that made all the difference. She is eagerly anticipating the next steps of her journey. Well, Kylie Kennedy. Kylie wants to thank her family and friends for their support in her journey through grad school. She will forever cherish the memories made. Kylie also wants to thank the SHS faculty that have helped her grow in her education and as a person. She is excited to continue her journey of being a lifelong learner and grow as a speech language pathologist. Simone Knudsen. Simone would like to express her immeasurable gratitude to all the professors, clinical instructors, peers, and to all her family who provided so much support, patience, and strength during these years that were filled with change. Your encouragement and kindness kept her going, and she will treasure her time here always. Krista Mayberry. Krista would like to thank everyone that helped her on this journey. Thank you to her family who loved and supported her. Thank you, friends and peers who laughed, vented, and cried with her. Thank you, faculty and staff, for the knowledge she gained. She is ready for the next chapter. Christella Montoya. Christella would like to thank Mom, Dad, and Adam for their patience and support during grad school, as well as everything else in life. She doesn't know that you don't know that you are a priceless blessing in her life. Thank you to peers for your countless hours in study groups. We did it. Isabel Calderon O'Brien. Isabel extends her deepest gratitude to everyone in the SHS department who provided support and guidance throughout her graduate school journey. She dedicates this accomplishment to her family and community of friends for their love and ongoing support. She will remember the moments shared with peers, supervisors, and professors, making this journey special. She is excited to begin her career as a bilingual speech-language pathologist. Layla Omidvaran. Layla would like to thank her family and friends for all the sacrifice, love, support, and encouragement that they've given her. And to her professors, supervisors, and fellow classmates, she'd like to thank you for inspiring her every day to be a better clinician and a human being. Valerie Prieto. Valerie wishes to acknowledge everyone who has been a part of her journey over the last 2 years. Her family has nurtured her faith and strength. Educators who have shared their knowledge and friends who have shared their hearts have all contributed to her growth. She says goodbye to this chapter of her life with a heavy and thankful heart. She is eager to begin her career as a speech-language pathologist. Marie Ray. Marie extends a heartfelt thank you to those who have supported her throughout graduate school. As this chapter comes to an end, Marie will remember the amazing experience she had. She will miss working alongside her mentor, Dr. Phyllis Palmer, a person who has inspired and challenged her throughout her graduate education. Oh my God, sorry. Okay, Sarah Reyes. Sarah sends a big thank you to those that helped her get through graduate school and actively cheered her on to the finish line. A booming shout out to the amazing friends she made and to her family for their never ending support. And a very special shout out to her mom on her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Where's Mom? Happy birthday. Kendra Rubio. Kendra would like to send special thanks to her mom and dad for their endless support in watching her girls while she studied. To Raina and Melody for all the smiles, laughter, and positive attitudes. And to her loving husband for never giving up on this colossal dream. Audrey Strawn. To Audrey's family, classmates, and instructors, thank you for your encouragement and kindness. She extends a huge thanks to her husband for his support, flexibility, and countless proofreads during these last few years. You all made the road to this day possible and certainly made it fun. Stephen Tice, rhymes with ice. Stephen is inspired daily by his peers' ingenuity and fortitude, the program faculty's generosity and expertise, the clients and virtues too numerous to summarize with a third pair of abstract nouns. He thanks his family for their frankly bananas level of patience and support. Ashley Toribio. Ashley extends a heartfelt thank you to her family who provided throughout this process. She will remember all the great times she had at the SHS department. Ashley is excited to begin a new chapter in her life as an SLP. Tate Ashley Winter. Thank you, sweetie. Tate is beyond grateful for the educational, research, and clinical experiences at UNM. She is thankful for support from intelligent faculty, hardworking peers, kind friends, and a loving family during her time in graduate school. Tate is looking forward to an interesting and rewarding career ahead as a speech language pathologist. Sabrine Woolfolk. This. Sabrine Woolfolk would like to thank everyone who cheered her on along the way and helped make graduation possible. She is excited to grow as a speech language pathologist and can't wait to see what the future holds. She looks forward to using her passion for advocacy and love of innovation to be a mover and shaker within this field, and I have no doubt she will be. Let's hear a round of applause for all our master's students. The graduate students have prepared something for us, and I'd now like to invite Sabrine Woolfolk back to the stage, one of our graduate students, and she's one of our Graduate Student Association members and an all-around lovely human being. She's going to introduce our graduate student video.
Good morning and congratulations, class of 2022. We did it. I would like to thank my boyfriend, friends, family, as well as the Speech and Hearing Sciences faculty and staff for their support these past 2 years. Students, please take this time to give a big round of applause to your support system, whether they're here in person or online. The day I got my regalia, I put them on and I pranced around my bedroom. One of my favorite songs, Silver Lining by Mount Joy, was playing, and a lyric I hadn't assigned a meaning to was renewed my sense of optimism. It goes, wear your silver lining, wear it close to your skin. From that day, I started to wear my silver lining. When my stomach was in knots the morning of comps, I sang to myself, wear your silver lining, wear it close to your skin. Once more, it helped me focus on the fact that I'm alive and well and made it far enough in my graduate career that I had the opportunity to take such an infamous test. When life gets challenging, I encourage you to wear your silver lining. Some days your silver lining may be hard to find, like that one shirt you swore you saw the other day, but I encourage you to look. Even in chaotic times, with practice, it gets easier. Speaking of chaotic times, the past 2 years have been an interesting period of time to be in grad school, to say the least. It feels like it was yesterday when we were exclusively Zoomers, as our clinical director, Lori Nelson, affectionately calls us. We were at the mercy of technology and pets who seemed to feel that they truly could not continue to exist without crashing Zoom meetings. Transitioning to our new normal came with its own set of challenges, which we were able to overcome thanks to everyone from janitors to professors that worked tirelessly to make in-person learning safe and possible. To celebrate our challenges and create our own silver lining, the 2022 master's student cohort worked hard to create a video that encapsulates our graduate experience. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Oh, Sydney, I think you're muted.
I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, great. Okay, graduating class of 2022. Thanks so much for being here. Let's get started.
Resilient little thing, just like mama made you. No one needs to save you. Na 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 na. Wildflower in the spring. I deserve congratulations, 'cause I came out the other side. I've been having revelations, and I'm gonna let them shine. I deserve congratulations, and never thought that I'd survive. If you tell me I won't make it, and that's when I super blue. Resilient little thing, just like mama raised you, so you got that wildfire in your soul. Don't you ever let it go. Make it burn so bright that they all know I deserve congratulations, 'cause I came out the other side. I've been having revelations, and I'm gonna let them shine. I deserve congratulations, and never thought that I'd survive. If you tell me I won't make it, and that's when I super blue. Never rain in the desert till I pick me for the very first time. Mist darkest before the sunrise. That's when I super blue, super blue, super blue, super blue. I deserve congratulations, 'cause I came out the other side. I've been having revelations, and I'm gonna let them shine. I deserve congratulations, and never thought that I'd survive. If you tell me I won't make it, and that's when I super blue.
Uh, Thank you, guys. That was really fun. All right, graduates. Today marks the completion of a significant educational journey. Congratulations. You have worked hard. You deserve to be proud of this achievement, and I trust you will take this opportunity to celebrate, right? Okay. I hope you leave here today with a strong reservoir of UNM Lobo spirit. You know, the whole thing, woo woo, or woof ruff, whatever. And in years to come, you'll look back on your time at the University of New Mexico with great fondness. As a first-generation college student, let me add that this degree comes with a responsibility to make good use of the knowledge you gained. I want to leave you, oops, there we go, this makes it easier. I want you to leave here confident, knowing that you have the resources for greatness inside each one of you. I encourage you to be lifelong learners and to dedicate yourselves to the pursuit of excellence. Engage in creative thinking, envision better ways to provide patient care, to improve our global community, and make your own contributions to the world. As you begin this next phase in your life, I urge you to be bold, be fearless, take risks, and do great things. Above all, embrace gratitude and keep joy in everything you do. In the words of Mary Oliver, walk slowly and bow often. You have come into this world to do this, to go easy and to be filled with light and to shine. So shine. I would like to thank all those who contributed to today's event, with special mention of our staff, Carolyn Souther, Fran Calvert and Alexander Cole, and Roni for running our PowerPoint over here. To our student groups who helped with us, NISLA, the GSA, and the Student Equity Group for their organization in this fine event. And thank you to Einstein Bagels for providing bagels for our graduates. Families and friends, thank you for being here and being part of this ceremony. In a moment, we will begin our recessional. So please allow the faculty to leave first, followed by our graduates. And then please join us in the foyer for some refreshments and merriment, lots of merriment. But before we go, we have one more order of business. I ask all the graduates to rise, please. I am truly honored to recognize you as graduates of the Department of Speech and Hearing Science from the University of New Mexico. I direct you to move your tassels. Now, please turn and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present the class of 2022.
Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. Can they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies? Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the